All right, welcome to today's live Zoom session. This is Rahman here, and I'm going to be discussing with you the content strategy for promoting Cryptonaire Network, for getting that big commission, for increasing your team size, for increasing the performance of your team, and getting them to invest a large amount of money down the road into Minthub token, into getting Cryptonaire Accelerator. And I'm going to share with you exactly what I would do in your position. I'll teach you a few things also in regards to marketing any product in general, in terms of marketing things online, in terms of getting the biggest results possible. Now, the reason that I've decided to share this with you today is because as we're progressing here with Cryptonaire Network, as we're progressing here with Minthub, more and more content is going to be coming out. As you can see over here, if I go to the YouTube channel, every few days, what you're seeing is content being released on YouTube. They're not short pieces of content. They're an hour long, as you can see, on average, hour and 12. You've got 46-minute video, 56 minutes. So it's about an hour long for each session that we're doing. And so that's a lot of content that is shared on the Cryptonaire Network YouTube channel, which is at Cryptonaire Network. Instagram is going to go in full swing very soon also, but this is the Instagram's channel right here for Cryptonaire Network. And you can see a lot of content being distributed over here also. And so with the content being ramped up, there is a lot of things for you to go through to have a very healthy content strategy moving forward with the Cryptonaire Network. You'll be able to share a lot of information with your audience. You'll be able to answer questions if you wish to answer questions, as all questions are answered directly from the platform itself. And it's going to give you an edge over everybody else when it comes to getting massive results with Cryptonaire Network. And so when it comes to building a big business, a big team, and earning a large amount of commission, there are two things that are very important, and I hope you take notes on this. The first of which, and we will get to this a little bit later, is called, and I want you to write this down somewhere, low-hanging fruit. Low-hanging fruit. So I'm going to talk to you about low-hanging fruit a little bit later as to what that is. But low-hanging fruit is extremely important because what it will do is it will give you the revenue necessary. It will give you the kickstart on your account so that you're able to get some great results with Cryptonaire Network. So low-hanging fruit is important. Now, I have built businesses online my entire life, and I have learned from a lot of different places. I've had some incredible mentorship. I have learned from the school of hard knocks, so to speak, meaning that I have learned things the hard way. And I'm going to share with you now one of the biggest importance with earning a substantial portion of income with anything, and specifically with Cryptonaire Network. I've set this up so that it is very easy for people to sign up. So if you have a look now for your referral link, for example, so I'm going to click join now over here. How easy is it for people to sign up? All they have to do is enter in an email address. So you have to make it with as little resistance as possible. That's why this page exists over here. Now, I will be adding in multiple pages. So this will be one page that you can use to promote, Then I'm going to have 2 more pages. One of the pages is going to be very long format. It's going to share all the information in full in one very big page. And then you can use that to promote. And then another page is going to direct people to register again and also get on the Zoom sessions. So that's going to be the Zoom referral page. So we're going to have a long format page. We're going to have a Zoom page. But over here, as you can see, there's very little resistance for signing up. Now, I'm going to go ahead and log in, and I'm going to share with you something that I implemented personally. I implemented it here also, but I'm going to explain it to you. That has allowed me to go from, you know, whatever portion, I don't want to go into details on how much income I was generating in the past, but I was earning a substantial portion for the most part. And then I made more than 20 times my income by adding this little thing in and making it as easy as possible. So if we over here right now in the dashboard and I go to Minthub, what you have just seen, and I think I pressed record after I'd done this, but right before I pressed record, I went and I clicked on buy Minthub, and I actually just purchased, as you can see over here, $54 worth of Minthub tokens. So the thing about Minthub is that you can put in a very small amount of Minthub tokens. You can purchase a very large amount of Minthub tokens. And there is a science behind a buyer's mentality. So whether someone puts in $10 or $100,000, that person is a buyer. So what you want to do when you're promoting Minthub token, when you're promoting Cryptonaire Network, is you want to tell people, hey, listen, register for free. Minthub continues to go up in price all the time. And you want to go in with something. Don't force or push your audience to invest big. What you want to do is you want to tell them, why don't you invest a small amount of money and see the kind of returns that you're getting? And then once you're comfortable, then go in big. And if you're not comfortable, guess what? You've invested a small amount of Minthub tokens into Minthub, and you may get some incredible results. So this is something that's very important, is to give people a very low resistance of entry. When you give a low resistance of entry, that person already has that buyer's mentality. So what will happen is that they will log into the dashboard. So every time that the price of Minthub is going up, you can actually reach this person and say, hey, go and check your dashboard. Go and check your new numbers. And what they will see is that they've invested $20. It went up a few percent, and then they've made a few dollars, right? So they're going to start seeing that their numbers are going up. And then guess what? Now they're going to put more money in. They're going to have a lot less resistance to put more money in. Whereas in my previous businesses, what I had was I had an entry fee of $2,000. So that was what I was promoting certain products, digital products at, is I was promoting it for $2,000 at its entry price point, and then it would go up from there. And so it had a very high level of resistance. I still made a lot of money from it. I still made incredible profit from it, but it had a high level of resistance. When I shifted the business model to something that's priced very, very low, and then once the buyer's mentality was there and the relationship was getting built, then making an offer for a larger amount of money, that's when the business really picked up. And this is what we call the ascension model. In essence, what it means is that the resistance is nearly zero initially, which is entering your email address and you're going to get all of this cool stuff. Then the resistance is extremely low, where you basically tell your audience, hey, why don't you just go in with 50 bucks, $20, go in with something small, see the results, see the price going up, get comfortable, then put in more money. Now, when you do that, what happens is you're going to get more buyers. So let's just say out of the 100, let's say you bring in 100 leads into the system. If you're trying to push them to go all in, to put in the big money, you might not get that many people investing into Minthub token. But if you tell them, why don't you go in with a small amount of money, see the price increasing over time, and then you reach back to them like, hey, the price has just gone up, go and check out the dashboard, see the kind of results that you're getting. You might want to put in more because it's going to continue to go up. That resistance is already gone because they've already purchased. Just make sure to tell them that when they do purchase again, to go to deposit now again, to type in that number and to generate a new address. It's written here on the notes. Just make sure to address that with them. This is going to get you much bigger results in the long term, as well as in the short term, actually, because what you've done is you've established that relationship. Now, if I go to this dashboard here, this is one of the dashboards, and you can see over here, I'm just going to move this zoom thing here. You see an investment here, $28,693. And you can see that the token portfolio is already over $55,000, touching almost $56,000, which is absolutely incredible. On the next price increase, it'll be over $56,000. So what you can see here is that the earlier you get in, the higher your returns are set to be. However, what you don't want to do is increase your audience resistance to buying Minthub by telling them right from the start to go as heavy as possible. What you want to do is you want to get them to enter first. Your biggest buyers are people who have purchased already. It's not going to be from fresh people, from new people who haven't purchased into Minthub, who haven't purchased into Cryptonaire Accelerator. It'll be from the people who say, yeah, I'll try out. I'll put in 50 bucks. I'll see where things are going. And then once they see their token portfolio going up, now you can basically tell them, hey, look, prices are going up. You might want to put in more. So this is a strategy that works incredibly well. It is something that I wish I had done earlier. And it's why I made the deposits for Minthub as low as possible, to make the resistance as low as possible for people to enter. So as I've mentioned many times on many occasions, I always preach. I always do what I preach. I always do exactly what I tell you. Go in small, see the prices going up, and then talk to your buyers. You can actually go to the stats section. You can go to earning stats, and you can actually see who your buyers are, and then you can reach them directly and say, by the way, I've noticed you put this much in and the prices are going up. I suggest you put more. So this is called the ascension model. It is the marketing term for it. It's something that a lot of people I've noticed when I was in conversation with them is that they were initially attempting to get them to purchase as big as possible. And so what that does is it creates some resistance. I know you want to go all in. I know you're going heavy into Minthub tokens, but not everyone is as aware as you. And so what will happen here is you'll increase that resistance by telling them, hey, go all in, go all in, go all in, without them making that initial capital injection. So you want to make sure they go in small first, allow that relationship to build, allow that momentum in Minthub tokens to build, and then even if they put in, well, a dollar is not, you can't put in a dollar. I think you can actually with Minthub token now. Even if they put in a dollar, what will happen is that they have that buyer's mentality where they will be logging into the dashboard. They will be paying attention to the emails. They will be checking out the Telegram. They will be showing up to the live Zoom sessions. And so from that point onwards, they're going to deposit more and more funds. Now, I had a look at the admin panel, and on average, each person that deposits have deposited more than 3 times again afterwards. So each deposit that comes in, that person is looking at the prices going up, and they're making larger deposits, larger deposits, larger deposits. And so what you want to do is get as many small deposits as possible. Those deposits will later become larger and larger deposits. Does that make sense to you? How if you tell someone, hey, invest $100,000, it creates a large resistance. But if you tell them, why don't you go in with $50, see where things go, that's a much lower resistance. Does that make sense to you? Perfect. Lots of yeses are coming in, which is great. So this is a technique that I've implemented personally. I've implemented it now for several years, and it has taken my business up to a whole other level. It's something that I've implemented now in Cryptonaire Network also. We did have an old dashboard, and we didn't have Minthub in there, and we didn't have that means to establish that particular method. And so that method is extremely important. I want you guys to make things as low of a resistance, as low of a barrier of entry as possible. Then the results will pick up from there. So if we go and I share with you the results of this particular strategy just outside of the crypto market, right? Yeah, in my online businesses, in digital businesses in the past, when I was selling courses and coaching programs, physical products also. What I always started to do after I learned about this is I made the barrier of entry so small that people would just say, you know what, let's go, let's do it. The resistance was so small. And then I set up an automated sequence in place that ascended into higher packages, into bigger packages. And so the resistance on those bigger packages was significantly less, simply because they put something in initially. So that's something that's very important. And in order to start getting this today, tomorrow, the day after, like right now in the immediate short term, what you want to do is you want to approach the low-hanging fruit. So what do I mean by low-hanging fruit? It means people you're already in conversation with. People you're already in conversation with. I have a particular gentleman who is in Cryptonaire Network, and what he did was he simply went to the promote now section, marketing material, message swipe number 1. He copied, and then he just pasted it to every single person on his contact list. That's what he did. He said, I'm not going to have any filter. I'm going to send it out to everyone, and I don't care what happens after. And he's getting some incredible results. Not only is he getting incredible results, but from places he didn't expect it. He reached out to people who appeared to have absolutely no money, who then invested over $10,000 into Minthub token. He reached out to people who he thought would go in big and who just completely ignored it. But then what he started to do was he started to follow up with everyone. He started to follow up with everybody who purchased. He started to communicate that the prices are continuously going up. He communicated to log into the dashboard and check out the new numbers. He communicated whenever he invested more into Minthub token. He said, hey, look, I've just put in more money into Minthub tokens. I suggest you do also. And so what he did was he approached the low-hanging fruit. He copied and pasted the message. This message swiped out to everybody. And then he started to establish the relationship from there. And now he's getting incredible results. Never had experience in the past. Never actually got results anywhere else for many, many years. Now he's starting to get some incredible results. So that's what you've got to do. Now, when it comes to answering questions, or when it comes to being able to promote Cryptonaire Network, the most important thing is to have knowledge on the system. To have knowledge on the system, to understand it, to be aware of any new information, and to basically write quality notes down on everything you're learning. So those of you that want to put out content all the time, that want to put in that effort, my suggestion to you is very simple. Go through everything. Go through everything. It's very difficult to have a content strategy if you don't go through the content yourself. You have to go through the content yourself. Now you have new piece of information, and now you share that piece of content, what you've learned, what you've gained out of the Zoom sessions, what you've learned, what you've gained out of the content that you're reading, that you're watching. You are now able to express that information out. If you don't go through the content, you're not able to express that information. If you're unable to express that information, what are the chances that people will go in and invest big? So this is something that is very important here. So how and where should you find this source of information? It's very simple. As soon as you go to the dashboard, step number one is the most important step right here. This video is your greatest source of information. Make sure you go through this video. If you've gone through it already, go through it again. You want to refresh your mind on this. So this one is very important. You've got the PDF presentations. You've got the PDF presentations here. You have the marketing material here. You've got the email swipe over here. Not only that, but you also have the homepage itself. So if I go to the homepage itself, here's everything that you will get. You can obviously click here and you can see in terms of the commission structure, what people get in Cryptonaire Accelerator, what they will get by signing up for Cryptonaire Network, exclusive access to private sale tokens. We have Minthub on there now. Go through every single piece. Now, when somebody asks you a simple question like, what is this link? What do I get access to? Here's the answer. So if you go through the homepage, There is the answer itself. If you want, you can do it the lazy way and actually just screenshot it and send it out to them. But the point is simple. You've got to know the details. And in order to know the details, you've got to go through the content. Your greatest source of content is the YouTube channel here, Cryptonaire Network. To go through the Zoom presentations, to take notes on them, and now you have that source of information. And it will add up over time. So it's not like you have to go through that piece of information now and then you have to share it out right now. But what it does is it builds your knowledge about the Cryptonaire Network. It builds your knowledge about Minthub token so that when questions do arise, when your audience does ask you something simple, and those that will ask you are those that are going to invest. Those are the people that are most interested. And now, because you have that source of information, because you've been taking notes, because you've been going through that information, what you can do is you can go through your notes and then you can give them that answer. And it builds a level of comfort. That person now knows, oh, he is paying attention. I should pay attention. She's paying attention to this. I should pay attention to this. But if you're not able to answer the most basic questions, they won't take it seriously. People will do what you do. If you're taking Cryptonaire Network seriously, the chances are that they will take it seriously. If you treat it like it's a hobby, they will treat it like it's a hobby. If you're buying Minthub token, they're buying Minthub token. So what happens is people will copy, your audience will copy what you do. They are a reflection of what you do. That's also why Minthub token is skyrocketing in value, is because I am constantly showing you that I'm purchasing Minthub token at literally every single price point. So if you have a look here on this particular dashboard, on the previous Zoom session, what did I put in? Let's have a look. I'll go to Minthub, buy Minthub. And here we go, $16,000. I believe that was my commission. And rather than withdrawing commission or pocketing that myself, I decided I'm going to purchase Minthub. So as you can see, I'm constantly purchasing Minthub tokens and I'm sharing that with you. So it's very powerful when you do it yourself and then you share that with your audience. They are going to be a reflection of what you do. Does that make sense to you? Perfect. So this is, I'm going to actually, I'm not going to name and shame, but I do see a comment over here, which proves my point entirely about going through the content so that you have that necessary information so that you understand. So a particular person just said, please show us how profits are decided and how it is updated. In terms of, I believe she's asking about the price increases. And then we've got someone, foolishly so, who said he will not show. Several times on Zoom, I have actually discussed how Minthub goes up in price. So the information is out there already. If I go over here, where is that piece of information? Let me just share it with you. It's right here, discussing the 19,900% Minthub reports. It's on that video right there. It's 50 minutes. It's the length of an episode of whatever nonsense TV shows people watch on Netflix. And it goes into very clear reasoning on why Minthub and how Minthub token goes up in price. I've also shared it on several of the other videos, such as the previous one right here, which is about the Minthub price increase. So yes, not only do I show it, but I also explain it. And it was explained in a way that was extraordinarily easy for even a 5-year-old child to understand. So that's the importance of going through the information that I receive, that I send out, that I show. So that's the content strategy. Do you understand? Are there any questions in particular about the content strategy? Sadak said, just popped in. I hope I haven't missed much. This is a recording anyhow, so it will be uploaded. So Marjan said, very clear. Awesome. Okay, great. A lot of people are mentioning that it's clear and that it makes sense. Next. Where is the best mode after low-hanging fruit for putting out this piece of content? Whatever content that you're learning, that you're taking notes on, where is the best place to place it? And the answer is honestly everywhere. YouTube is great. Instagram is great. TikTok is great. You can create a web page and post it out. You can post it on your Facebook, whatever the case is. But what you should do is create posts and then upload it. On YouTube, for example, you can even upload text posts. You can click on create post over here. And when you click on create post, there you go. So for example, I have posted a few things here. So you can actually do posts, same like on Facebook. You can do an image and a text. I believe you can do just text also. And you've got that right there. So start posting everywhere in regards to this information. I know some people who just spam it out everywhere and they still get incredible results. So that's something that's absolutely amazing. Agent Lana is being honestly ridiculously annoying. So what I'm going to do here on this particular, oh, this is going to be the first time I remove someone. Bye-bye. She was asking odd questions, saying odd things. Agent. Russ laughed that she called herself agent. She, him, he, whoever the heck it is. So the content strategy is to go through all of this information over here. When? That's up to you. You can choose to do it. Just what I would do in your instance is to pick a time of the day or in the evening to start absorbing this information. You don't have to go through everything like a marathon. right? Like a TV series marathon or whatever people do on Netflix. But go through one of the previous Zoom sessions each day. You can watch it in the evening. You can do it in the daytime, whatever the case is. And you can even share the video with people. Hey, have you gone through this? Go through this. It's absolutely incredible. I'm watching this tonight. So watch one a day, take notes on it, start posting it. But focus on your low-hanging fruit first, which is everybody you're around. And make it in a way you can even do it in a way that's not too obtrusive. How would you go about doing that is you just start discussing about crypto, how it excites you, and how you're purchasing a particular coin, which you feel like is going to go up significantly, and why you feel like it's going to go up significantly. You might end up finding that some of these low-hanging fruit will approach you and say, hey, what's this about? And then you share that information with them. So you can build that curiosity. So that's something that's very important. A story I haven't shared is a very long time ago when I was beginning to sell digital products. I had 77 friends on Facebook. I remember the specific number. And I decided to host somewhat of a Zoom session. It was a webinar. And I was building curiosity around what I was doing. So I was doing affiliate marketing. I was getting some nice results. And what I did was I started to discuss about affiliate network for a few days. It was maybe about 2 weeks. And I was giving lengthy posts discussing it. People started to approach me asking for more information. And then I did a webinar. I didn't have that many people attend, but I made $12,000, which was my startup money to actually move out. I was in the UK. I moved out. I moved to Thailand, tropical weather, got myself a very small, cheap studio, and I moved on my own across the world. And that was my first experience living alone, was in an entire different continent. And that was because what I did was I built that curiosity just by discussing about the crypto market. So you can do that on your Facebook, on your Instagram, or whatever channel you use the most with people that you know, and let them approach you and then have this discussion. So that's something you can do also. It takes a bit of time, but what it does is it warms them up to that idea already. And then when you discuss Minthub token with them, now they'll say, okay, I'll put some in. You've put some in? Yes. Okay, I'll put some in also. And then it builds from there. So that's a way to do it in a non-obtrusive way. From my angle, as the person who's obviously founded Cryptonaire Network, I like to share information with you guys that is so easy to apply, because most people just don't do anything. However, I like to give the level of respect that many of you deserve by sharing with you strategies that might be slightly difficult, that might take a slightly longer time, but that can produce a much larger result. I feel like I owe that to you. If I'm dealing with 100,000 people and I say to everyone, you know what, just use the message swipe, copy paste it out to everyone, and don't worry about it. Chances are Cryptonaire Network will get better results because it's so easy to just do that. But you as an individual here on this Zoom session, Mihaela over here, Sadak over here, Russ over here, Trey over here, Chinwei over here, you as an individual, if I tell you strategies that might take a few steps, that might take a few days, that might take a few weeks, if you follow up on those strategies, you can get much larger results. So I feel like I owe that to you, to share that information with you. For low-hanging fruit, if you've got a Facebook audience and people around you are there that you've known for many years or whatever the case is, maybe start discussing the crypto market on your posts. Not necessarily without discussing Cryptonaire Network, without discussing Minthub tokens. Just that you're in the crypto market, this and that and the other can happen. You've seen some big pumps already. You're very excited about it. The Bitcoin halving is coming up in May 2024, and things can shoot up in a very big way. Start regurgitating some of the information that I'm sharing. People get curious. They'll reach out to you. And then you'll say, yes, my biggest hedge right now is in Minthub token. It's in a private sale. Private sales historically have made the largest returns. I would put something small in if I was you. I'm going in with this much. And I'm going to continue to put more in. And now that person will say, show me how. And then you show them how. So for low-hanging fruit, that's something that's very important. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. We will keep this short because there is a lot to do right now. There is a lot for you to do, I should say. Go through the information, go through the tutorials, go through the content, write things down, watch this Zoom recording once again, and then take things from there. Make sense? Are there any questions now? Mihaela asked, what strategy should we use with those more reluctant people who are not so easy to be convinced? I fully trust this amazing project. I've shared it on my Facebook page, and I've written articles about both Cryptonaire Network and Minthub. I've also shared your videos in a special playlist on my YouTube channel. I'm 100% in this. That's absolutely incredible to hear, Mihaela. Your question in regards to what strategy should we use with those more reluctant people who are not so easy to be convinced is no strategy. Just move forward, because not everyone wants to get amazing results. Not everyone has that mentality. You know, some people have been burnt in the past. I've been burnt in the past. And so what happens is, for a lot of people, is that they have given up. A lot of people give up in life. I don't understand that mentality, because you're going to wake up the next day. You're still alive. So what are you going to do for the rest of your life? I don't get it personally, but there are a lot of people who literally give up. They're still breathing. It doesn't make any sense to me. And so you don't want to try to spend too much time convincing people who are not at that frame of mind where they wish to be in the crypto market. That's the strategy there. Chinwei asked, is there a video on the MintHub roadmap white paper to help us explain? Yes. I mean, I'm not usually lost for words, but even I was lost for words there for a moment. Of course there is. Of course there is. That's the answer. And that's exactly why I mentioned about the content strategy. And the most important content strategy, Chinwei, is to go through the content. So go through the content. And the first piece of content is step one, like I've explained. PDF presentation on MintHub. So the details are there, staring you in the face. Make sure you go through all of the information. Sadak wants detailed tracking tools. Yes, in regards to if you're going to use multiple traffic sources to be able to do that. Agent Lana, get screwed. What's wrong with you? If you don't like it, bye-bye. If you like it, welcome on board. This fake name person is kind of messing up my comment section over here. For no damn reason. Some people are just bitter. Vitata said, I still hope to get my double deposit on same address. Yeah, I think I have your details already. I have to do it all in one go. There are several people who made that error, and I have to go through hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of deposits. But I'll go through it. I'll sit down, I'll go through it. It'll take me a couple hours. Nahida says, hello, I am new. Welcome on board, Nahida. It's very nice to have you here. As soon as you log in, Nahida, you're going to see this pop up, and start with step number one over here and go through this video. It's going to explain absolutely everything. I'm glad to have you on board, and I'm here to help you the best way that I possibly can. And if you're new to the digital world, as Nahida said, that's absolutely perfect. I prefer to deal with people who are a complete blank slate. I don't like to deal with people who think they know it all, who have some level of experience or a lot of experience. Because what happens is, it's, you know, a lot of people, they do things in a wrong way, and they've done it for such a long time that it's difficult for them to change that habit. And it's difficult to show them a kind of a superior way or the clean-cut way to do things. So if you're a complete blank slate, that's perfect for me. Thank you, Russ, for answering Nahida's question about MintHub's price, how to check it. If you go to the dashboard, you just scroll down, you will see the token price right here. Perfect. So that will be all for today's session. We're going to keep it as short and as clean as possible, for the reason that I will make that assumption that you're going to go through this Zoom session again and you'll actually put in the work. It's going to be a lot of work for you to put in, and there's no need to keep this dragging on longer. Quality is always better than quantity. So this is a quality Zoom session that has discussed the content strategy. I've discussed about the ascension model. I've discussed about your strategy with low-hanging fruit. And that's what I want you to start focusing on. MintHub, what's going to start happening with MintHub is that the price increases are going to be automatic. So they're just going to go up in price every single day from now. So that's going to be happening very soon. I might refresh the dashboard today to see where the price has gone up. There's been a lot of income, a lot of flow into Minthub token in the last few days. In the last few weeks, actually, things are really beginning to pick up the pace. So I'm going to refresh the admin panel, and we'll see what the price is going to be, but it's going to be a jump. I can tell you that based on all of the commissions that I've been getting paid out, that is going to be a spike. So before I do that, in the next few hours or tomorrow, get as much Minthub token as possible before that. So I'm going to refresh that tomorrow. Nahida's asking a fresh question. I would go through, Nahida, this video right here. I'll go on YouTube and I'll go to this video right here discussing the 19,900% Minthub report. That video will explain things to you, and just take the strategy on board that I shared with you over here. So Minthub's price, I'm going to refresh that dashboard tomorrow. So guys, I don't know how much it's going to go up by, but I can tell you from me actually paying out lots of commissions in the last few days, the price is going to go up quite a bit. All right, that's all for now. Thank you so much for being on board in this particular Zoom session. This is Rahman signing out, and I'll see you on the next session. Take care, guys. Much love.